Hi guys, let's start the session. Good evening. Good evening to all. I'm Rosemol John from ZKTeco Dubai. I'm here to present about BioTime 8.5, which is the upgrade of BioTime software. So let's start the presentation here. If you have any question in between, we can ask me freely, no problem. Okay, let's start. So BioTime 8.5 is a upgraded version for BioTime 8.0, and this is really for the Middle East region, which having some updates based on the Middle East market requirements. And it's a software multi-location centralized management software which can handle centralized time attendance system with standalone access control. Let's move to the features. So you can see it can handle multiple devices using 3G or Wi-Fi or VPN or LAN, and it can handle multiple number of devices in a single server and make the system as centralized. And this one has standalone access control, which can handle the time attendance access control functions also. And we have integration options to the third-party system to handle the third-party ERP, payroll, or whatever software we can do the integration with the attendance management. And there is an option to like use the data migration, geofencing, and biophoto. All these features are updated on BioTime 8.5. And we released with a new dashboard which can give you a easy access to the system in a single click, which will give you multiple devices like offline, online status, and approval status, all these things. And BioTime 8.5 gives the user full access control and managing timetable and shift by Excel importing. So all these features are updated on the 8.5. And as you know, in Middle East region, 7.0 was the lowest version, and this is the upgrade for that. And 8.0 and the latest version of 8.0, this is 8.5 with Middle East features. So let's move to the differences, the differentiation between 7 and 8.5. The main thing, we are providing the API to access use the integration with the third-party system. And we have different levels of overtime, like you can differentiate the level of overtimes, like different levels of overtime with different hours. So it will give you a differentiation like how much an employee work for overtime level 1, level 2, and level 3, and the payroll module will calculate based on the levelized overtime. So this is a very important function for the construction side and marketing side. So it will be very easy to calculate from the HR side. And there is a new dashboard. As I mentioned, it will be giving full access to the system, like you will get the device offline, online, approvals, and attendance, like how many present and absent, all these things. And this software is updated with the new programming languages, which will give you access like multiple grid options and theme change. So many new options are there. I will show you in the software later. And the roster management is easily now, like you can use Excel to import the schedules, timetables, and approvals. And we have the option to database migration, which will be like if you have using the BioTime 7, we can use the migration option to upgrade the department, position, employee, whatever you have in the old system. And geofencing mobile punches, it's like as you know, we have mobile application already in the system. So we just updated some geofencing features, which will be allowing the employee to punch in restricted boundaries. So it is very helpful to access the construction site employees, and their punches can be monitored for the HR purpose. And biophoto function, it's regarding the visible light devices, which will be easily updated on the 8.5, which is like you can use the biophoto import by importing the photos, or you can use the QR code to access the photos. It will avoid you and it will save the time for face registration. So as you know, the new devices with visible light devices, which is no need to register that directly. And these are the basic features that we already had. Like this is software is a web-based system, and there is a standalone access control module, which can be synchronized the attendance as well as standalone access control parameters. And we have payroll module, which having a option to have a WPS report, which is for the Middle East market. And as you know, we can do the synchronization as it is a centralized system. You can do the synchronization of the biometric templates like fingerprint, face, or finger vein, whatever. Any biometric templates available in the CK system, you can have the option to synchronize automatically using this software. And we have different levels of approvals, like you can handle different level of approval and hierarchical levels. So you can achieve a complete system with advanced approval levels. And we have different types of shifting. The main thing is flexible shifting and cross-day shifting. Cross-day shifting means if like midnight timings, if there is an employee working in midnight and crossing the next day, there is the option to handle this such conditions, and you will get a final report based on the complete complex scheduling and attendance reports. There is option to get this based on the settings that you have done. And we have real-time data transmission. It's like all the devices, even it's communicated through internet, it will be pushing the data in real-time manner to the single server. And we have employee self-service login, which will be having an option to apply the leaves, like all the approval part, leave, manual punch, training, all these things, which will help you to avoid the ticketing or emailing system between employee and the HR. So on the single system, you can handle all these options. And multiple administrative privilege in the sense, it's like you can create multiple admin software to arrange the system in an easy manner and to avoid the manual errors. And it supports Arabic and English. And attendance report, there is different type of attendance report, and it can be exported using CSV, PDF, and Excel. And we have mobile application which will be giving you access directly from the mobile. Using the application is available on Play Store and App Store, and you can do the approvals and you can do the request as an employee and admin. And this data is transferring device to central database and central database to device, and it's automatic process. And you can handle multiple devices from a centralized system. Up to 500 devices we can handle in single system. And you can easily set the timetable schedules based on your requirements, like your company policy, HR policy. So based on that, the report will be generated. And multiple administrator can be handled at the same time using the web-based system using public IP or dynamic address. And this is regarding the synchronization of the biometric template. So you can see here there is 3 areas, area 1, area 2, and area 3. And the devices are distributed to different areas. So based on your requirement, you can do the settings. So if 2 devices in area 1, automatically, or 3 devices, whatever, it will synchronize the data each other. So it will be a single database. So all the data will be replicated in other 2 devices in a single area. The same way we have the option to do in the employee wise also. Same employee can be handled in multiple areas, and devices when you connect you can handle using the area wise concept, so it will be avoiding you to register and keep again and again. And roster management, the scheduling part we have like employee scheduling, department scheduling, and temporary scheduling. And there is a schedule view option which will be giving you option to see which employee under which schedule. And we have updated with some new functionality, like you can use the Excel file to import the schedules. And overtime management, as I mentioned, there is different levels you can set in the system. The first picture you can see, it's a standard system like normal working hours and 2 hours overtime, which will be paying the same amount for the per hour. And the second picture you can see there is 2 levels of OT. First level is 2 hours, second level is 2 hours. So this employee totally work 4 hours extra, and the company is giving you first 2 hours as a basic, second 2 as a special bonus OT. So you can handle this type of scenarios, and in the payroll it will be calculated based on this levelized OT. So you can see the calculation here. And payroll management and WPS report. So it's like we have a payroll module which will be having an option to add the allowance, deductions, decrements, increments, all these things. Based on this and attendance values, there will be payroll reports. And in addition, as per the Middle East version, it has a WPS report which is necessary for the Middle East government. And the approval parts you can see here, we can handle different levels of approval here. So based on the approval only, the data will be finalized in the report. So for example, in the picture you can see if one request is coming for leave or manual punch, first it will reach the level 1 approval, second level approval, third level approval, finally the general manager approval. So once it's rejected means it will not be there in the attendance report. So in the software you have the option to set the hierarchical level. Based on the hierarchical level approvals, the employee request will be handled. And in the mobile app as well as in the employee login, you can see the status of approval, like which level is rejected, which level is approved, and you can have a reminder on this. And each levels or in the final rejection or approval, there is a automatic email system on this. You can enable or disable this option. And automatic email alerts, we have attendance exception as well as approval alerts through emails as employee as well as admin emails. So the email notification for attendance exception means it's like if the employee is late, early or absent, there will be emails like warning emails you can configure in the system with the frequencies. So based on the frequency, the email will be automated from the system. Then the API part, we are providing in the 8.5 the free API with standard options like you can do the integration with the third party HR or payroll. So based on the integration, you can handle the third party system. And the biophoto function, as I mentioned, the visible light devices, the new series of devices, have an option to avoid the face registration. You can use the QR code, you can use import option in the software. So it will be taking a photo of you and it will be uploading to the system database. So the device database will double check the face recognition time and the photo uploaded and the matching, and it will accept you the punch. So this is the latest function. It is already available in the system. Okay, so this biophoto function, all the important functions already updated in the 8.5. And shift and scheduling part, we have different levels of timetables and shifting part. You can add multiple timetable on the single day, and we have the option to do the cross day like more than 24 hours or within the 24 hours if it is closing the next day. And we have the option to cycle shifts, like if you have repeating shifts on weekly or monthly, you can configure on the system. And the auto shift in the sense the employee punch will be detected based on the shift. And temporary schedule means it's like you have the priority schedule which will be giving you like which schedule is prioritized, and it will be overwritten on the basic schedule. Same like in Middle East, we have a Ramadan month. So based on the Ramadan month, there will be a new temporary schedule which will be overwriting the existing one. These are the scheduling part, and the schedule and the timetable you can do import by Excel. And as I mentioned, the multiple administrator part, you can see here there is a role option, like you can handle different privileges. Based on that, you can assign on the admin. So on each admin login, the privileges will be assigned. So if the employee admin have only personal module access means when he log in, other modules will be disabled. And employee self-service inquiry. This is like for the request for the employee. As an employee, I can request myself using the login. It's like a same database. So you can request the leave, overtime, manual punch. Like if you forget something, you can do the manual punch or training. All these things you can do here, and you have a status option also. And this is for the geofencing for mobile punches. So this have already a mobile application. The mobile application it can be used for the moving employees like mobile employees, which will be like in the sites or marketing or sales. So you can restrict the sites if you need. Like you can give the boundaries like this is the location the employee should be work, and you can constrain like you can restrict between 100 meters or something. So within the restricted areas, it will be allowed clock in, and around like outside the area, it will be clock in is not allowed. So you can have a control on the employee even though they are moving on the outside sites. And database migration, as I mentioned, you have an option to migrate from the existing to the new, but it will be like you need to have a employee or department or position. Some fields are restricted here. That field data you can migrate. So it's already available in the software. I will show you after this presentation. And the reporting, there is 15 types of attendance report which can be exported in CSV, PDF and Excel. And all attendance reports having different, like the schedule based and unscheduled, not schedule based. There is two types of and summary report also. And this is the new dashboard. You can see the first level is giving a access to the system, like how many schedule, how many devices offline, how many is present, and approval part. And the below part is real time, and you can have attendance statistics like exception statistics. These are the specification. You can go through this, like the templates and the servers architecture. There is a default database PostgreSQL, and we have another databases. If you need to configure, it's compatible. And the OS should be Windows. Up to 500 devices we can handle in a single system. You can just go through the system. Okay, so hope you go through this. And regarding the mobile application, you can see the features here. It's a real-time geographic location, real-time with the geographic. So whenever I'm punching, click and punch, it will give you the current location where I am. And we can do the approvals request all through the mobile and status monitoring, real-time notifications, announcement in a company. And it's a two-step navigation. Only to move so many windows within 2 clicks you can handle all the system. And the interface is user friendly, and there is two interface design, one for admin, one for employee. Admin access, it's like there is approval part in addition. For employee, the admin like approval part will not be there, but there is a my status. It will be giving you a status monitoring on my request and approval status. And everything is online, the request handling, approval handling, everything. So if you have request and if you want to check the status, the employee login will help you this. And we are providing the public IP for the demo. You can note down 80. This is the one 80.227.52.78 8080. You can log in at any time. You can connect the device. You can test the data. You can test the features. Anything you can do. And the username and password is admin. And the mobile application also. The standard version we are giving 2 device, 1 mobile application and 500 users as free. So if you want to test the mobile application, you can use the Play Store or App Store. Just type ZK BioTime. I will be moving to the software part, so it will be more clear for you. This is the login page. So this is the software login. You can see the dashboards. You can see the data if you click on here, how many present or something. And here it will be real-time monitoring. And there is basically 6 modules: personal, device, attendance, access control, payroll, and system. So in the payroll, the modification that we done is the approval part. You can create the workflow role. It's like workflow role means the approval role. And the builder, you can build the approval flow, and you can assign the nodes. And you can have a document expiry option. For the employee and resignation, it will be communicated to the device. And you can see multiple tabs are opening here. So this is the advantage of new programming language. On the device part, the additional things you can see here, bio template. So bio photo in the sense you can upload using import bio photo option or QR code option. And without approval, it will not go to the final. So you can have the approval option. And in the mobile app, you can see the geofence for employee, geofence for department. So I will show you the option how to set this. You can add the employee with the boundaries 50 meter and the location with the longitude and latitude. And you can restrict within the time period. So if the camp or sites having work on only on these days, you can restrict this. And department wise also you can handle this option. And attendance part, we have option to import the timetables. You can see here timetable import Excel. normal timetable and flexible timetable. The same way schedule you can see here department wise, employee wise and temporary schedule. So we have the option to import the employee schedule. This also will help you by Excel import to update the schedules. And this is the schedule view option. You can see the daily schedules for each department or each employee. And in the approvals, we have updated with some import option which will be giving you a mass update using Excel. Whatever the manual punch, leave, overtime or training. And the reports are classified like this is based on the, it's not based on the schedule. This is based on the schedules and this is like a summary reports. And you can change the report settings like the format, function key names, the display names, everything. And we have added one option, report auto export, which will be giving you an option to export the like automatic export of report daily or weekly, depends on the frequency. You can configure. There is currently 3 reports are available. You can see multiple tabs are open here. So this is very helpful to manage the system. And access control, it's same as the previous version. Only the thing you can, it's enabled for the push access control also. It's like before it was restricted in a single network, but this is open to the even in different network. You can handle the standalone access control parameters and you can push from the centralized system. And the payroll part, there is a improvement like reimbursement option is added and salary advance, extra funds, and the reports as a WPS report based on the Middle East market. So as you mentioned, it's similar to 8.0, but only the thing we have updated with some features which is useful for the Middle East market. And in the system module, you can create the multiple admin option and the group can be created here based on different privileges. So you can here add, edit, delete, everything. It is like all the maximum options are available here. So based on this, so you can handle system like if you give a IT login, you can give device module. If you give to HR, it will be access like attendance login. So you can handle in such a way the super admin can have a complete control on this. And all the logs will be updated here. So you can find out any malpractices done or not. And you can have a company setting logo option, email setting. And for the alert setting, as I mentioned, the exceptions for the employees. You can set the frequency. So employee as well as admin will receive the email. And database backup and migrate options are available. And you can change the theme like software color if you want, you can change here. And the licensing will be in the about. You can get it from here. It's a file of activation, like you can do online or offline, or get the UPK and get the offline activation key. Okay guys, hope everything clear. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.